Hey guys, here I am about to start a new course on the topic of ray optics and optical instruments. Now, ray optics is the study of the interaction and scattering of electromagnetic radiation, seemingly behaving as rays of light energy particles traveling in a straight line and scattering or deviating from its original rectilinear path when it travels from one medium to the other. And the phenomena that we are going to study in this course are going to assume that light behaves as a ray of energetic particles as opposed to a wave. So this is a simpler way of understanding light's behavior, but this is only important for simplicity, but it may not always be true. That is, the ray behavior of light may not always be true. In certain circumstances, it seems to behave as a ray, and in other circumstances, it seems to behave as a wave. So there are differences in both of these behaviors, and light shows both of them. And on the basis of that knowledge, we are going to study some of the optical instruments that we come across in our daily lives and which will be very crucial to our work in the future. This course is designed and taught by me, Samip Velani. I'm an educator by passion, and I'm a lifelong student and do not believe in one-sided learning. I promote extracurricular learning and active visualization exercises to augment the understanding about each concept. And I believe that a clear understanding from your side should help you solve all related problems no matter what level they are of. This course is targeted mainly for NEET, AIMS, and other pre-medical aspirants, but the conceptual learning can be obtained on a general basis as apart from the problems which will have a different level altogether for different entrances that you might be appearing for. If you like my work and if you'd like to comment and review and rate my lectures, please do so by going to this link and contribute your views and your modification suggestions so that I can make my lectures better and more perceptive for you. Because your enthusiasm is contagious, and I want to be as enthusiastic when I'm teaching you as you want me to be. A general outline of the topics that we will cover in this course goes through a short introduction of what ray optics really means, more than what we discussed earlier in this lesson. And we are going to invoke the general theory which governs the ray behavior of light, which is Newton's corpuscular theory. Using that theory, we are going to study different phenomena, that is, reflection of light by spherical mirrors, refraction in general, total internal reflection, which is a very crucial concept used widely in fiber optics and other related objects, where fiber optics is an important part in endoscopes, which are instruments used to physically see into your internal organs by your doctors. And this total internal reflection is very important to conserve the energy of light inside the material medium in which it is traveling through. Because if this was not the case, then you would lose a lot of energy of the light which is traveling through the light pipe, as we say. So this is a very important concept, and we will learn about it shortly. Thereafter, we go for refraction at spherical surfaces, And a very special case of that will be in the case of refraction by a lens, which is again a very crucial lesson for us because this will pave the way to understanding most of the optical instruments that we come across in our daily lives. Refraction by a lens. Then we go for refraction by a prism, which is very important for people who are going into physics and chemistry in the future. Thereafter, we go for the concept of dispersion of light when it travels from one medium to the other, or when it scatters as a result of objects in its path. Then we are going to study some of the natural phenomena caused due to sunlight. And finally, we are going to concern ourselves about the optical instruments that we see in our daily lives. The best example of it is our own eye, and the microscope and the telescope. Now you might imagine that the microscope and telescope are very separate objects in their own right. But what you will notice that both of them use the same kind of material, the same kind of implements to make either of the instrument, but what they are individually used for is very different, but what they achieve is kind of very similar. So you will have to connect the dots between the microscope and the telescope principles that we will study in the future. I urge you to even come up with more optical instruments that you come across in daily lives, but what you don't really learn about very easily. Thank you for listening. Please take a break and think about what we have learned in the past few minutes. If you have any questions or any suggestions for particular problems or particular topics to be covered, please ask in your discussion space below. Thank you.